Welcome, everyone, to Coffee with Kehoe. Today's version, we're going to be talking about building a healthy culture in a remote work environment. The first lesson that we've learned in a remote environment is leadership. As leaders, you have to adjust your communication style. You have to make sure that you're checking in with your staff on a regular basis to make sure that they're doing well from a prioritization of task perspective, and their environment is conducive to high performing work, but also checking in with your team as a group a lot more and having those interactive conversations, not just about work, but about how everyone's doing. You really have to understand the work that your team has before them, who's doing what and when, and in building those short stand-up meetings on a regular basis, and then bringing the team together around those tasks and making sure that people are feeling safe about asking for help, they're collaborating outside of your team meetings, and they're not feeling isolated in the remote environment. Another challenge is onboarding new staff. Some of the things that we do, we still have a new employee orientation, and that's a time for them to meet other new employees, ask questions, and understand the responsibilities they have. And I also, as a director, have a quarterly lunch with all new employees. For new employees, we do regular check-ins with them on a frequent basis, making sure that they're doing okay, that they don't have any questions, they're not feeling isolated. Another challenge that we have is when we have hybrid meetings. How do you create an environment where the people that are remote don't feel like they're being left out, and that all the attention and all the conversation is occurring in the room? That's a real challenge, and we have learned that you have to have the right technology in your conference rooms to make that really work well. And if you're facilitating a meeting like that, you have to be intentional in terms of making sure you're engaging the folks that are online. It's also important to continue to have all staff meetings where you bring people together. We have a summer picnic every year. Not everyone can make it, but what we found is that that's a great time for people to come together that may not have seen each other all year. That's been a really important part of building a culture here at WATEC. And the other aspect of that we're seeing is whiteboard meetings or design meetings, architecture meetings, where you have a project and you need to have people come together around a problem. We find that those meetings are much better in person, so we bring people that are remote into those meetings. The other thing that we just did is had a large staff gathering around our WATEC strategic plan, where instead of the executive team going off in a retreat and bringing back a strategic plan and presenting it to the staff, we have a process where we're including the staff in the strategic planning process, where our staff felt included in developing our strategic plan, our mission, vision, and values. And what we found is that even though they're remote, they want to be included in meetings like that, feel part of the agency, that their voices are being heard. So finding those opportunities to bring staff together in a remote environment is crucial to building a healthy culture. And in our agency, we want to be excellent in all things. We want to be high performing. And to do that, we need to make sure we have the right culture and the right environment so that people can thrive, whether they're remote or in the office.